Welcome to TV20 Classic Sports. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. From all-star matchups to championship games, we've reached into the vault to bring back a part of Cleveland history. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of TV20 Classic Sports.
Welcome to the Clark Recreation Super Bowl 12. Brought to you by the Division of Recreation. Sponsored by AmeriFlag Incorporated, Andrews Bartlett, the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission, Image Video Production, J.C. Whitlam Manufacturing, North Coast Cable, and McDonald's Restaurant.
Welcome back to Brookside Park, the site of tonight's Midget League Super Bowl Championship, Super Bowl number 12 for the Clark Recreation League. I'm Ron Yantz along with my partner tonight, Tim Wells, the John Madden of the Clark Recreation League. Is your RV back here, Tim?
No, Ron.
Okay, but he's feeding us well tonight, Tim is. We've got our hot chocolate and our brownies and everything else. It's a wonderful night for football tonight, and we have the Midget League Super Bowl Championship, the Dolphins against the Raiders, Tim.
Dolphins and Raiders. Going to see a lot of excitement. We looked at some of the keys to the game. Number 3 offense, number 4 defense. Roy Story is a first-year coach, so he's maybe a little anxious. Keys to him, hey, we got to stop the running game of the quarterback. We need to go with short passing and use some run. I like the high-scoring game. The only concern I have with my team is we can never get that to convert on the extra points.
Of course, we're talking about 8 to 12-year-old young men and ladies here, and here's a look at the keys to the Raiders.
Head coach Jim Burns, he's been around for 4 years, and matter of fact, Roy Story's been around and watched him, and he's kind of learned from him. They were number 1 in defense, number 5 offense. They are playing, let's limit the turnovers. And the biggest worry that Coach Burns says is we've got to handle their pass rush. A little guy by the name of Alex Moyed, he's really exciting to watch. They would like the low-scoring game. And one of the concerns was little Johnny Campbell, their quarterback, likes to cut back on a lot of runs.
All righty, Timmy, this one should be a real nice one. Let's go down to the field for tonight's introductions.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Clark Super Bowl 12. Second game of the evening features the Zanoni League. Introducing first the Dolphins in red. Wearing number 1, John Campbell. Number 3, Ryan Wetmonth. Number 5 is Mark Lunter. Wearing number 9 is Mitchell Jenkins. Number 13 is Ronald Delicio. Number 2 is Alex Moyet. Wearing number 4, Keith Brosma. Number 14, Raymond Delicio. Wearing number 7 is Michael Hamley. Number 10 is Greg Brosma. Number 11 is Taisha Smith. Wearing number 6, Neil Madosky. Wearing number 8, Angela Ramick. Number 12 is Derek Browning. The Dolphins are coached by Mr. Roy Story, and his assistant, Tim Wright. And the playoff winners in purple, the Raiders. Number 3, Bobby Limekühler. Number 5 is Juan Santiago. Number 8 is Mike Vecchio. Wearing number 9 is Ruben Casiana. Number 2 is Charles Catalanos. Wearing number 10 is Brian Jones. Wearing number 7 is Damian Childers. Number 13, Kimberly Carroll. Number 1, Nick Vince. Wearing number 4, Christine Limekühler. Wearing number 6 is Ray Timmons. Number 11 is James Goodman. Number 12 is Carlos Rios. The Raiders are coached by Mr. Jim Burns and his assistant, Ray Timmons.
There's a look at the Raiders. The Raiders wearing purple tonight. The Dolphins will be wearing red. The Raiders awaiting the coin toss tonight. I'm looking forward to this game, Tim. I mean, we're talking about real young kids here, and this ought to be a lot of fun.
Well, you know, not like the first game we've seen where we've kind of followed the motion. This will probably be one of the biggest challenges for our camera crews because we don't know which direction they're going to be going. They're really fun to watch, but you're going to see a lot of excitement tonight. We have the parental support with this age group. Again, we're looking at the coin toss. Mr. Tony Filio, our sponsor. And we'll go to the referee.
Okay, the Raiders traveled farther. You were called in the air. Mr. Filio?
Ready, gentlemen?
Called heads. It lands tails.
Towards the second half.
You going to defer it? Would you like the ball or would you like the kick?
I want the ball.
Okay. Which goal will you defend? We'll kick it down. Blue will be receiving. Red will be kicking off. Good luck, gentlemen.
I tell you what, Tim, you ask a 10-year-old kid if he wants the ball or if he'd like to kick. 10 times out of 10, he's going to say, I want the ball. I mean, we're talking about young kids here. Of course they want the ball. They love to score, and we'll look forward to a lot of scoring in this game. The Dolphins come in with a matchup against the Raiders earlier in the year, and they beat the Raiders 12-6 the final there. And they come in with their head coach, Roy Story, and the head coach for the Raiders tonight, Jim Burns. This is the Midget League Super Bowl.
And again, you saw that, and it didn't surprise me that when the Red won the toss, they said, look, we're going to make our choice the second half. I believe that what they're looking at is they want to force the Raiders offense to win this game. They have proven as far as defensively, they're one of the best, but on offense, can they perform? And I thought it was a good move on part of Roy Story and the Dolphins to let the Raiders take the ball in the first possession.
So the Raiders will receive the ball. The Dolphins kicking off. The Dolphins wearing red tonight. The Raiders wearing purple, and there's the head coach for the Dolphins, Roy Story. Roy's looking a little cold, Tim.
Yeah,
should have dressed for this.
I can hear the coach. Let's get started.
Kicking off, John Campbell. That's John right there wearing red with the blue sleeves. All we're waiting for now is the ball to be placed on the tee. Of course, the wind whipping around down here tonight at Brookside Park. Maybe we'll have to have someone out there and hold the ball. Tim, you can do that, can't you?
Oh.
Go ahead, run out there and hold that ball and then just get back here before the play starts.
What's that ball kick, Neil?
Kicking off is Angela Ramick. Returning that time for the Raiders in purple is Mike Vecchio. Mike Vecchio, right there, number 8, a 6th grader from St. Leo. There's Angie Ramick.
One of the great things about flag football is a girl, but you see here a little muff, but he stays with it. Again, he's trying to follow the blocking. Again, coach's instructions, go straight up the field, get as much yardage as we can.
Players to watch for the Raiders, wearing purple tonight. Their quarterback, Bobby Limeculer. Bobby. The handoff that time is Juan Santiago. There's Juan, number 5. 5 in your program and number 1 in Juan's mother's heart, I'd imagine, Tim.
Well, you look here and you see that nice position, a little bit of a toss. Again, a short passing game is what we're going to see out of this age group. Juan Santiago gets it, again, straight up field. Nice job by Juan Santiago.
So the Raiders on a second down play, they need about another 6 yards. Bobby Limeculer with the ball. And Bobby Limeculer has a first down and more. Limeculer, 10 yards into the secondary of the Dolphins.
Block that Juan Santiago threw, number 5, opened that play up for him. You always hear about the guy that's running the ball, Ron, but right here you can see Limeculer, head down, and watch this block by number 5, Juan Santiago. Does he level this kid? Oh, my Lord.
Santiago looking like Tony Jones.
It was Mark Lunter who came up and made the tackle.
Speaking of Santiago, he has the ball. Santiago picking up a few yards. On the tackle that time for the Dolphins, John Campbell. So we've called Juan Santiago's name 3 times already in 3 plays.
Well, you can see here it's going to be Juan Santiago trying to follow his blocking. Again, for Coach Burns to put him back, it's basically going to be a ball control type of offense. For years, he's relied on the running game, and I don't see any change here tonight.
Second down for the Raiders. This game just underway. First quarter, first series. The pass from Bobby Limeculer. It goes to Charles Catalonis. And it's another first down for the Raiders in purple. Can we call them the Purple Raiders?
Hey, whatever. They're ready, they're hungry.
Charles Catalonis. There's Bobby Limeculer, the quarterback tonight for the Raiders. Looking right, throwing left.
Nice catch. You can see right here, Charles Catalanis could go for naught. We got a little penalty here on the play. Charles Catalanis, St. John Canchis.
Good hands, great blocker. A number 1 pick next season.
Offsides, number 6 of the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
So it's a first down for the Raiders. They're on the 20 of the Dolphins. Tim, I got to ask you, in your chart sheet here, you have Charlie down as a number 1 pick next year. What does that mean?
Well, there's a draft procedure that the kids follow. And what happens is on draft day, it'll be about 400 kids that'll show up. And what this coach is saying is, look, if he's there in the first round, I'm coming after him.
So he's a player.
He's a player.
We have an illegal procedure call this time on the Raiders, so they'll lose 5 yards.
Good ball, false start, number 12 of the offense. Be 5 yards, repeat first down.
Carlos Rios. Forest Hills Parkway got a quick start. You can see here, nice fundamentals. Kids come up, know where to line up.
Santiago in the backfield with Limeculer. Looking to pass, now to run, pressure. And Bobby Limeculer could have a touchdown. But we have a penalty flag. And I think we had a pick there, John Campbell on the flag. John Campbell picked off the flag of Limeculer. And we do have a penalty on the play, so we'll wait to see what that's about.
Well, if we look at the replay here, I think what we're going to see is a clip. Bob Limeculer, again, looks to his right, sees over pursue, comes back, and he's going to try to use his speed to get around Lunter, which was a nice move. Now you see here, number 4 is in front of 7, and there is the penalty that they're calling. The clip on number 4.
Be 10 yards, repeat first down. Play number 5.
I've got to tell you, though, John, on that instant replay, Actually, Tim, I want to talk about John. John Campbell, number 1, wearing number 1 in red tonight for the Dolphins, came all the way across field to make that tackle, and that's John right there looking like he's going to blitz, and Limekuhler with the ball, and he's tackled in the backfield. Into the backfield quickly for the Dolphins that time was Greg Broersma. And Mr. and Mrs. Broersma, I hope I pronounced that name correctly.
Yeah, Greg and Keith Brosma, we're going to probably thought we're seeing double out there as we have twin brothers on the same team. But Greg's a perfect attendance student. He plays soccer. He's involved. His favorite player in the NFL is Dan Marino from the Dolphins.
Greg looked awful mean in that picture, didn't he? He's a football player. He's supposed to be mean.
Well, you know, the concern that Coach Burns had before the game of the pass rush, you can see here that they are putting a lot of pressure on the front line. Johnny Campbell. Let's go to the coach, see what he's saying here in the huddle.
Okay, guys.
Coach Roy Story coaching his Dolphins tonight in the Midget League Super Bowl Championship. Clark Recreation Center. Super Bowl number 12, the 12th year of these Super Bowls. On offense, the Purple Raiders. Bobby Limekuhler. He is the offense tonight. Limekuhler running right and tackled by John Campbell. Campbell again right there. Red shirt, blue sweater underneath. We've seen a lot of John Campbell tonight. We'll see him right here on this replay, Tim.
Well, you see Bobby Limekuhler again is going to run to the middle. And again, one missed tackle. But they got the quick guy in there, Johnny Campbell, a veteran. Coach indicated to us that he's our team leader. He's the guy that kind of keeps us together. And John's been through these Super Bowls before where he's been on the losing end. I think he's looking for his first Super Bowl championship here tonight.
Johnny Campbell with 3 tackles on the night. Mark Lunner and Greg Broersma each have 2 for the Dolphins. A 3rd down situation for the Raiders. Limekuhler to pass. And Limekuhler runs out of room. Campbell.
Get it, Johnny.
Along with Mark Lunter providing the defense.
You know, Mark Lunter is a very special kid here. You can see here on the replay with Limekuhler, he's going to look to his left, come to his right. It's Mark Lunter and Johnny Campbell's pursuit. Right here to come up with the big play. There he comes in, Johnny Campbell and Mark Lunter.
So it's a 4th down situation for the Raiders. Mark Lunter and his Dolphin defense will try to stop them. I believe they have to score on this play. Limekuhler tackled in the backfield, and another outstanding defensive play for the Dolphins. Mark Lunter. No, that's our friend Greg. Greg Broersma.
There you go. Perfect attendance student with the Zanoni Dolphins, Greg Broersmeyer. Coach told us he could play any position. You see the replay here where Limekuhler's kind of looking, a lot of time. This is something he's not used to that we've seen tonight, the pressure on the Dolphins.
Dolphins on offense, that's Campbell. We know what he can do on defense, and he picks up a couple of yards in the first play of the first series for the Dolphins. Charles Catalonis on the tackle, that time for the Raiders. No score, first quarter. Midget League Super Bowl. Johnny Campbell running into Charles Catalonis. Catalonis, a 5th grader. 2nd down for John Campbell and his Dolphins. And the pass incomplete into the flats.
Well, you can see here that they've come out, decided, hey, we're going to try to mix it up a little bit, run up the middle, short passing game. I can see now why the Raiders' defense is one of the better ones in the league. They got 3 linemen that are fairly active, and the linebackers stay and cover the middle of the field. Little pass the outside, 2 guys right there. They also had the middle of the field covered. They roll with the quarterback.
So it's 3rd down for the Dolphins. They need 12 yards for a 1st down, and the pass is intercepted. Intercepting for the Raiders, Ray Timmons. So Ray Timmons is a happy young man as his Raiders take over with his interception.
Okay, we look at replay here again. He's going to roll to the right. Mark Lunter throws the ball right in traffic. Again, it was good coverage on the play. It was number 6, Ray Timmons, that came up with the first turnover from Our Lady of Mount Carmel School.
And you know, Ray Timmons lists his favorite player as Deion Sanders, the outstanding cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons. And I think even Neon and all his goal to glory would have been happy with Ray Timmons there. Bobby Limeculer with a lot of pressure. And the Dolphins defense has really got after it here in this first quarter.
Well, they've been on the field, and I'm sure this is the situation as far as the Raiders. They're trying to get field position, keep the ball down their end, and let the defense win the ball game for them.
Limeculer with pressure, and John Campbell steals the flag again. Limeculer, when he's had time to pass, Tim, has been successful. He's 2 for 2 with 15 yards and 3 rushes so far for 15.
Okay, we're going to be starting right now the second quarter, second down, the first play of the second quarter.
No score here as the Dolphins play the Raiders in the Midget League Super Bowl. Bobby Limeculer, the quarterback for the Raiders, almost picked off, but a pass to Santiago. Juan Santiago. Probably picked up about 15 yards that time.
You can see here the high snap, but Limeculer stays focused, rolls to his right, little toss pass. Get it to Juan. Juan's going to keep control of the ball here and pick up his few yards.
Third down situation for the Raiders. At quarterback, Bobby Limeculer looking to pass, pressure again. And Bobby's not going to get the first down. Coming all the way across the field that time for the Dolphins was Mark Lunter. Lunter's had a good night so far, too, on defense. 4 tackles tonight for Mark Lunter.
So you can see here he comes around in. Bobby Limeculer looking, he really wanted to pass it, saw nothing open, puts the ball down. Again, Coach Burns is very emphatic. Hey, let's take care of the ball. If you don't have anyone open, pull it down and run with it.
The Dolphins defense has Campbell and Lunter kind of roving back there as linebackers playing a little bit at defensive end. Lunter's all the way to the top of your screen there, and they're doing a nice job of containing Bobby Limeculer. Just like that. That was a 4th down situation for the Raiders, and they didn't get the first down. Nice containment that time by Campbell, Lunter.
Well, you can see here the active defense that we've talked about, Campbell and Lunter. Lunter strings it out, uses the sideline as a defender. Santiago with a nice block, but again, there they are swarming the Dolphin defense.
Lunter strung it out, as you said, and Campbell was there in pursuit for the tackle. So the Dolphins take over. Their defense gives their offense an opportunity. They have it 1st and 10 at about the 25-yard line. No score, second quarter. The Dolphins and the Raiders, Midget League Super Bowl championship. Over the middle, and we have a complete pass. Campbell, this time to Mitchell Jenkins. It's the first time we've called Mitchell's number tonight.
Mitchell, an honor roll student over at St. Leo, 6th grader. You can see, again, they're playing a 2-2 zone, so the middle is wide open. Short passing game over the middle should be effective for the Dolphins.
First real opportunity here for the Dolphins to run some offense. The first quarter, they didn't have much.
Yeah, the first quarter, Raiders 9 plays, Dolphins 1 series for 3.
Mark Lunter running the football for the Dolphins. Lunter needed 15 to get a first down and picked up 10. So it'll be a 3rd down situation for the Dolphins.
Mark Lunter's really a great kid, Ron. You know, he's an honor roll student over at Urban Community School. You know, he's perfect attendance. He never misses a game. He's been in Super Bowls. And again, his favorite player is Eric Metcalf. And you can see here, he really kept his composure on the push out of bounds. A nice job by Mark Lunter.
Well, let's see if they try to run Mark up the middle tonight. John Campbell, look out. Oh, he just stepped out of bounds at about the 38, but John Campbell was on his way to a 50-yard touchdown run there. Campbell got outside, and it appeared that he was gone.
Well, Johnny Campbell, you know, Coach Burns had said, hey, I'm worried about his speed and the cutback move. And right now they've been able to contain him, but that was the first time where we saw really the speed of John Campbell.
So a first down, Campbell got enough for the first down. He picked up 11. So the Dolphins have first down on the 39-yard line, now in Raider Field. No score. Kind of surprising, too.
Well, first they're at first down, play 7.
Johnny Campbell with the snap, pressure that time. Campbell steps up and he has an open man and just off the fingertips of Greg Browersma. Boy, that'd have been a big play.
Yeah, Greg has been playing wide receiver for him all year, and he's also come up with some big plays. You can see here, John Campbell looking to run, comes back and sets. And here you can see a nice arm. He throws the ball about 15 yards in the air, windy day. Nice almost catch. Good coverage on the play by number 3, Bobby Limecooler.
To get a feel for what we're talking about here, you just saw the nice pass by John Campbell. He's only a 6th grader, 4'3", 74 pounds. So that's some talent right there. Campbell again, nice pass and nice defense. Bobby Limecooler does it both offensively and defensively for the Raiders. There's Bobby there.
You see we have a penalty on the play. As we see here, Campbell's going to roll to his left, stops, short pass. Again, Limecooler knocks the ball down. Officials are meeting at midfield to discuss the call.
I'm going to guess a holding call on Ron DeLucio.
Okay.
Just a guess.
We'll go to referee Dan Loescher. See what the call's going to be.
Holding, number 13 of the offense. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Right on the money. Ron DeLucio was the person called for the hold. Good eyes, Ron, good eyes.
So we've got a 3rd down situation for the Dolphins. They need about 19 yards for a first down. Could be in two down possession territory here, though, for the Dolphins. Johnny Campbell looking right, running right, and he's run out of bounds. Campbell picks up about 10, but he's well short of a first down. You got to get a kick out of the seriousness of these kids, though. I mean, they are very competitive out there. They're out there. This is the Super Bowl. They're here to win. They're here to do well, and just look at the intensity on the face of John Campbell.
Well, you look at these kids, many of them go to school, they play in the neighborhoods, so to walk around and say, hey, we were Super Bowl champions and have that bragging right is important to them. But the competitive spirit is also honored with sportsmanship.
4th down for John Campbell and his Dolphins. No score, 2nd quarter, the Dolphins and the Raiders. Pressure that time, and Campbell gets off the pass, and it's complete. Complete to, I believe, Mark Lunner. We'll have to catch the number. Yeah, no, that's Keith Browersma, brother of Greg.
Right, Johnny Campbell, we're going to look right at him. He's focused right over here on Keith Browersmeyer, twin brother. Stepped out of bounds. Oh.
Santiago. You know who his favorite player is? It's Emmett. Is it Emmett Smith or is it? You got to look this up. Yeah, it's Emmett Smith. I don't know if Emmett would like running out of bounds and getting hit by Santiago like that.
Well, Juan's a physical player and he's been in this league.
He's out there leading the blocking too. Juan Santiago, a player that's fun to watch.
You don't think Limecooler's saying, hey, where's Juan? I'm following you.
He's running right behind Juan. Who did O.J. Simpson used to run behind? Reggie McKenzie?
All the time.
Joe DeLamalore. Who were some other players? I don't know if Joe D was the center on that Buffalo Bill team or not. But
they always talked about the great lines of the Bills when O.J. played.
No score. Wearing red tonight are the Dolphins.
Well, let's go into the huddle here and see what Coach Roy Story has to say.
Actually, I don't.
We're going to go. That was a shot.
Yeah, the kids were ready to play defense. I think they pumped themselves up that time. They told Coach Story to stay on the sidelines. They're ready to play, and so are the Raiders, and so are we.
Yeah, you can see it's been a fast-paced game, relatively clean.
Second down for the Raiders. Limeculer. Oh, a lot of room up the middle. Limeculer. John Campbell. John Campbell with the tackle. I tell you what, Limeculer and Campbell are going to be best friends by the. Maybe they already are, but they're shaking hands after every play because Campbell's giving Limeculer his flag back.
You can see Bobby here sees a little hole up the middle. Instead of running the outside, I'm going to pick up a few yards going to the middle. And again, that ends the first half of play. Big Johnny Campbell.
A scoreless first half. 0-0 between the Dolphins and the Raiders. And we just want to tell you that this is the Midget League Super Bowl Championship. It's 0-0, Dolphins and Raiders, no score. I'm Ron Yance along with my partner tonight, Timmy Wells. And we're going to catch you up on a little activity here. Being a parent and a coach, as we all know, can sometimes be difficult. And our crew, our camera crew, caught up with Mr. Milton Caraballo, who is in that role, a parent and a coach. And here is his perspective.
Hello, I'm Tracy Hornick, and I'm here with Milton Carabello. Can you tell us how long you've been involved with the flag football program?
I've ever been involved for 5 years, but I did play when I was younger with him and went to a Super Bowl with him. So that's what encouraged me to keep playing and being with this rec.
What are some of the outstanding experiences you have had as a volunteer coach throughout the years?
First of all, the very first experience is being with the kids, having their dedication and being with them. And then the second one, of course, going to the Super Bowl and hopeful to be there this year again. And as far as that, just being here, we have a good time with them.
Is there a conflict with being a parent and a coach, and what type of atmosphere does this create?
Very much. Like my one son, he's like to be competitive. He wants to be number one, and he wants me to put him there, and I won't let him. But then it hypes up my house before we get to the game. But other than that, it's a good atmosphere, though. We have a lot of fun.
Do you see yourself taking over Bill Belichick's job?
No, not really, but I sure talk a lot better than him.
Halftime of the Midget League Super Bowl Championship here at Brookside Park, the Clark Recreation League Super Bowl number 12. No score at halftime, Dolphins and the Raiders. We'll be back right after this with Tim Wells and all the stats. Welcome back to Brookside Park, the Midget League Super Bowl Championship for the Dolphins and the Raiders. No score at halftime. And Tim, this has been a first half of total defense.
Defense at its been at its best, and we'll see here with a couple of the replays. Bobby Limeculer of the Raiders comes out, and he's going to roll here to the left. But again, it's been defense, 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 and it's been number one, Johnny Campbell. Seems like he's been making all the tackles with Limeculer. And on the other hand, it's been defense, defense just as well for the Dolphins as they come up here with a big interception.
Ray Timmons.
Ray Timmons, big play for the Raiders on defense. So it's favored the Raiders because they wanted the defensive game, and that's exactly what we have.
The Cowboys kicking off to the Dolphins to start the second half, and we are just about underway here as we're ready to go. Half number 2, Midget League Super Bowl Championship, Clark Recreation League. That's Johnny Campbell with the ball and with the run. No one's got his flag. John Campbell cross midfield. One man to beat. And a nice touchdown saving tackle that time for the Raiders. Ruben Cassiana. Nope, it's Bobby Limecooler. Bobby, you got to get rid of that sweater so we can see your number.
Yeah,
it looked like
disguise.
a 9. So John Campbell takes the opening kickoff of the second half, cross midfield to about the 30-yard line. So that means they are 30 yards away from a touchdown, the first touchdown of the game.
Well, we saw in the first half when the Raiders had the ball, they actually got 70 yards total offense, 40 on the ground, 30 in the air. On the other hand, the Dolphins, who really haven't had the ball too much, have 26 on the ground and only 11 in the air.
Campbell split out wide at receiver. Cantwell at the quarterback, and the handoff this time goes to the near side of the field. And with the ball that time was Keith Browersma. Number 4 right there, Keith Browersma. So the Dolphins open up the second half with Mark Lunter at quarterback and John Campbell at wide receiver.
Coach had told us about Keith earlier in the week that the kid's really got great hands. He's fast and he's quick. Great tackler for his team.
Procedure on the offense, not enough men on the line. Be 5 yards, repeat, first down.
Well, we see the officials causing infection. Not enough men on the line. Flag football, rules are 3 on the line of scrimmage. It can be a center, 2 receivers. In this case, you'll see they're lined up with 2 guards right next to the center.
Campbell returns the quarterback, but Mark Lunter directly to his left. Dolphins on offense. Campbell somehow gets by. Campbell went through 2 defenders at about the 30-yard line and made it all the way down to the 25. So John Campbell, I don't know how he didn't get his flag stolen on that one, but nonetheless, he picked up an extra 5 yards.
Well, as we had talked earlier at halftime, it was Johnny Campbell getting Bobby Limecooler. Here you can see Johnny's getting out some missed tackles, but it's on the reverse side. Bobby Limecooler with the tackle on Johnny Campbell.
Second down situation. The Dolphins need 6 yards. Lunter at quarterback. Straight up the middle. Mark Lunter. And his flag is stolen right away. Lunter tackled by Mike Vecchio that time for the Raiders.
You can see that play was designed to go nowhere. The defense is, you know, we always hear it's built in the middle. Well, here's a clear case that this play from square one was going to go to the middle. Mike Vecchio slides over, closes up the hole for no gain. Good job by the defense of the Raiders.
Mike Vecchio, a 6th grader from St. Leo, defensive lineman, 5 foot 90 pounds. Team MVP this year. Third down. Still needing 6 yards, maybe 5. It's Campbell, and he's going to run it himself, looking for the first down. He has the first down and more. John Campbell goes for a touchdown.
Touchdown by Johnny Campbell.
John Campbell on a 3rd down and 5 situation from the 25, saw an opening to his left, took it, ran with it, and scored.
Well, the earlier plays, we were seeing a lot of missed tackles. You can see here, there's one missed tackle. He gets to the outside. He's outrunning one defender. Here's another missed tackle. And then right at the very end, another missed tackle. 3 missed tackles, touchdown for the Dolphins, and the lead of 6-0 as they go for the extra point.
From the 3, remember, a pass will get them 1 point. If they run it in, they'll get 2. That's Campbell. Campbell in the end zone, and it's deflected by Charles Catalonis. So the conversion point fails for the Dolphins, but nonetheless, they pick up the first touchdown of the night, and we are in the 3rd quarter. This is Johnny Campbell. He's the 4th leading scorer in the league this year with 71 points, and he picked up 6 more here.
This is the play that gave him his team the lead. As you can see, his speed gets him outside, along with some missed tackles here by number 6, as well as number 3, Bobby Limecooler. And then he turns around and tell me with that face, hey, we got the lead. We're on our way. It's the Dolphins with the lead, 6-0.
And with the way this game's been going, Tim, 6-0 may hold up. John Campbell, a 25-yard touchdown run. And on the night, John Campbell has done just fine.
5 carries, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. and about a dozen tackles on defense.
Yeah, him and Bobby Limekuhler on the other side of the ball. So the Dolphins will kick off to the Raiders. 6-0 the score on the touchdown. That is Limekuhler. And a pass back. That was a play that was set up and it went nowhere. The pass back went to Ray Timmons.
Little razzle-dazzle comes out here with the Raiders on the kickoff. Little lateral back cross field trying to get the pursuit of the Dolphins to pay dividends. But again, it didn't work. Everyone stayed in their lane. You see right here, number 6 retrieves back in. Great defense. And coming up with the tackle is number 10, Greg Brosmeyer.
And running that time for the Raiders was your friend and mine, Juan Santiago. With the tackle was John Campbell.
Well, you can see here, Big Juan's going up the middle. Simple draw play. And again, it looked like, hey, let's get the rush to the outside and see if we can pick up a few yards.
Raiders with the ball, down 6-0, third quarter. Santiago and Limekuhler in the backfield for the Raiders. Nice rush that time. Limekuhler somehow gets out and he's still running. Limekuhler breaks it across midfield. No one's got his flag. Limekuhler with Campbell left to beat, and John Campbell steals the flag and saves the touchdown.
Big play, Bobby Limekuhler. We said one of the keys of the game was the quarterbacks, Johnny Campbell and Bobby Limekuhler, and that's what it's turned into be. See here a little toss back on the snap. Bobby Limekuhler looks to pass, sees that no one is open. He's going to do a little spin move through the middle here, finds a hole, one missed tackle, another missed tackle, and he's off to the races. And who would it be but coming from behind? You can see that they're picking up about 15 yards here and a first down.
First down, that's Limekuhler. Great pressure again by the Dolphins. Limekuhler evades it, but this one's going to come back. We may have a clipping or a holding, take your pick, and it's going to go against Charles Catalonis. Great initial pressure on defense that time by the Dolphins, and specifically from Alex Moyet.
We'll see if we can pick it up here. Bobby Limekuhler going to his left.
I got an illegal block in the back. On the offense, penalty is
right
declined.
There, you can see it on the end.
He's second down.
Blocking
Play number
in the
8.
back. Good call by the officials. They've done a super job here tonight as far as letting the kids play and also keeping control of the ball games.
Second down situation for the Raiders. They're at the 28. Limekuhler and Santiago in the backfield. Run right, blocking in front, and another penalty flag. So the Raiders have gotten into position to score, but have hurt themselves with, I believe, 2 penalties in a row.
Okay, we're looking here. I want to see, okay, a push in the back. And I believe it was number 12, but the officials are talking. There's Bobby Limekuhler, quarterback of the
Got
Raiders.
an illegal block in the back. Number 12 in the offense. 10 yards, repeat second down.
You know, we've talked an awful lot about Bobby Limekuhler tonight, but there's another Limekuhler on this football team for the Raiders, and that is Christy. And Tim, you would know better than I. Christy, a younger sister of Bobby, or perhaps a cousin? Sister?
Yes, I believe so.
Sister, second grader, Christy Limekuhler. We have yet to see Christy tonight, but there is Bobby running the football now. Bobby Limekuhler thought he was going to be pushed out of bounds, but decided to take it upfield. Limekuhler with a nice gain, down to the 21 on second down.
Again, you're seeing right now that the Raiders have found some softness on the corners. And what they're doing is they're trying to run to the outside. Got big Juan Santiago. It looks like the old Packer sweep coming out here. One block. Juan's going to look for somebody else. Another block. And Campbell is the one that knocks him out of bounds. Puts down a third down and about 1 that they'll need to pick up for a first down.
So the Dolphin defense will try to do it one more time. The Raiders threatening. Limekuhler up the middle, and the Dolphin defense does it. Ronnie DeLucio.
Big Ronnie came up with a big play. 6th grade student out of Charles Mooney. 5 foot, 97 pounds. Big play at a key point in the ball game. So this is a big play here in the 3rd quarter. It's 4th down and about 2 or 3 yards. They're going to need to pick up a 1st down.
Mark Lunter and Neil Madaxi along with DeLucio. Great pressure that time on Limekuhler. Limekuhler on 4th down. He needs 5 yards, and John Campbell will make sure he doesn't get it. There he is, Johnny Campbell with the tackle. He scored the touchdown that put his team up 6-0 and just made the tackle that stopped the Dolphin threat, the Raider threat.
You know, when you see guys like Johnny Campbell play here year after year, you can see as every year has gone by the improvement, the fundamentals, the awareness, what to look for, to key on, the quarterbacks. I mean, the fundamentals of the kids are being taught here by our volunteer coaches is second to none, and we really appreciate the time they've given.
So the Dolphins take over. They have a 1st down situation on their own 21. Mark Lunter at quarterback. Lunter looking to throw over the middle to Campbell, and Campbell picks up 6 yards.
Okay, we get the signal that is the end of the 3rd quarter.
And just give a little press.
Okay, with the Dolphins leading 6-0 at the end of the 3rd quarter, we'll go down to Jim Nags and meet some of the people from behind the scenes.
I'm joined now by Frank Montez, the director of flag football. Now, Frank, exactly, I heard that you're the skipper. Now, exactly what is your job?
My job is to coordinate, set up, and everything to do with the flag football program at the Clark Recreation Center.
Now, I hear that you're really one of the unsung heroes. You've been around for 12 years. What do you personally get from being involved in flag football?
I just like the kids to be happy and have a place where they can go play and stay off the streets and just to, go to school and all that stuff. So.
Well, continue the good work. And I guess another big fringe benefit is working with Tim Wells on this. Back up to the booth.
Tim Wells, the John Madden of the Clark Recreation League. You know, you're an idol down here. I have come to find out tonight. Everyone wants to be like you. You were signing autographs when I got here. The line was all the way up the driveway, up to Fulton Road.
I don't know if all these guys are putting you up to it, but really on the serious side, I've been blessed with a lot of great people in this community that help make Clark Recreation as great as it is.
The old Statue of Liberty play. Broersma and Cantwell are actually Lunter on the Statue of Liberty. I haven't seen that in a long time.
This is the Super Bowl. All the tricks are going to be brought out, and it's great to see the creativity that's being used here.
Watch Mark Lunter. Just looks like he's going to pass, kicks it back there, and Broersma, Keith, comes up and takes it. You know, we used to do that play on my magnetic football game, with a vibrating field, and boy, I haven't seen that since I was about 8 years old. Keith Broersma. The pass that time trying to go to Johnny Campbell falls incomplete.
You know, when you look at the way the kids have played tonight, we've had very few turnovers. The penalties somewhat has been basically timing with snaps, but overall it's been a well-played game on both teams.
Absolutely. A low-scoring game as well. 6-0, the Dolphins with the lead.
Come on, Mark.
They face a 4th down situation, and they want a timeout as Coach Roy Story will head out to the huddle to talk about this one. So the Dolphins with a 6-0 lead facing a 4th and 10. Want to think about this one for a second.
But we got to keep it on the ground. You keep it on the ground and run it. You can hold them off.
Okay, we're listening in here to the coach.
Yeah, try to double reverse. But remember, you got to go far enough one way to get the whole team to shift, and then you come back.
Okay.
Far enough one way to get the whole team to shift. Now, that could be a screen. That could be a reverse. We've got a few options coming up here, Tim.
We're going reverse. I don't know if we're at the screen level yet here.
So the Dolphins line up. The Raiders trying to stop. 4th and 10. for John Campbell and the rest of this Dolphin offense. Mark Lunner to Campbell's right. In motion is Keith Browersma, and we've got some confusion. The penalty flag will no doubt go against the Dolphins, and that may change things on their 4th down thinking.
Well, I have to believe the way the defense of the Dolphins has played, it's 4th down. You're play number 3 in the 4th quarter. I would think that you'd want to punt. You do have the wind at your back, but then again at this age level, waiting to hear what the signal is going to be from the official. Okay, now
we've got a couple kids volunteering to punt.
Yeah.
Actually,
hey,
like 5 of them.
I'll do it.
Can you imagine Leroy Horde and Tommy Vardell running off the field like that with their hands up in the air saying, please, Bill, let me punt.
Kids loving to play flag football.
Into the game and punting for the Dolphins, and it's a very nice punt that time. Hey, a great punt, and I've got to get the name here.
It's number 8.
Get it for you in a second. Well, that's Angela.
Angela Ramick, 6th grade student at Memphis. Nice. She's got some leg there to kick that ball. Nice power behind it. See a little muff here. Now, again, remember we had mentioned earlier in the game that anytime there's a muff or a fumble where it's going to involve safety, officials will blow it dead. That's why you're going to see right now that the Raiders will start 1st down, play number 4 here in the 4th quarter.
Tim, Angela from Memphis, she came a long way to play in this one.
No.
Bobby Limeculer with the run. Picks up 8, but we have a penalty.
You know, looking at that last play, you can see the concern that Jim Burns had mentioned to us before the game about the pass rush. Look at the charge of this.
Please meet Curtis Martin at the van, please.
Well, someone needs to meet Curtis Merton at the van.
Yeah. Let's see what we have here.
Illegal block in the back, number 7 of the offense. Penalty is decline. Be 2nd down, play 6.
Limeculer, 2nd down, a lot of pressure. And Bobby Limeculer is sacked for about a 6-yard loss. Applying the pressure that time for the Dolphins, many people, but with the sack is Ryan Wenmoth. Ryan, a 6th grader, right there with the hat up and the ski cap on.
One of the great things is about the flag football program is, besides it being co-ed, is the fact that all the kids get to play here. You can see that everybody gets a chance to get in here and play. Again, the pass rush of the Dolphins, you got 4 of them rushing, and it's really tough to handle.
We talked about Santiago's blocking, but Ryan Wenmoth went right through our buddy, young Mr. Juan Santiago that time. Bobby Limeculer on 3rd down picks up a couple, but he's still going to be about a good 20 yards short of a 1st down. There's Santiago leading the sweep. Limeculer cuts it up early. And trying to cut back, loses his footing. So it's a 4th down situation. And the Raiders will go for it. A 4th and 20. Limeculer, he has some room, but Campbell closes the gap. Campbell and Mark Lunter. That is Mark Lunter, number 5. Keith Browersma, Alex Moyette, the defense for the Dolphins. That was a 4th down situation, Tim, so I think a risky 4th down situation. Your team's down 6-0, and if you don't get the 1st down, you needed almost 20 yards. You give the Dolphins the ball on your own 25-yard line.
Yeah, but at this point in the ball game, you're 4th down. Your play, I believe it was 7.
You played deep.
They have to play to get the first down here. I mean, their backs are against the wall. It's 6-0. And right now you can see that the coaches are getting everybody in. But that was the critical play of the ball game where they needed to pick up a first down. So Coach Burns normally, I'm sure, would have gone to a punt, but because of the game situation, he had to go for the first down.
Coach Jim Burns, the head coach of the Raiders, out in the huddle. You saw him there with the Raiders jacket on. So it's a first down situation for the Dolphins. Mark Lunter in at quarterback. Split wide to the top is Keith Browersma. And Lunter will look to pass. Lunter. Looks like Lunter was going to have a pretty good run that time, but he got his flag picked early. Just want to remind you, our offensive and defensive players of the game will be coming up after the game. That Cowboy defense, Raider defense.
Johnny, be aggressive.
Somebody let Johnny know to be aggressive.
All the moms and dads are out here trying to give all the support.
There are a lot of moms and dads out here, I might say. Browersma running right, but we're going to have a holding that's going to bring it back.
You know, as Milton Carabello, you know, one of the concerned parents that we had talked to earlier had indicated, it's really important that the kids know that mom and dad are there and they're out there with the kids. And you can see the tremendous support of all the parents, the many times that they probably have had to change dinner hours and made sure that the kids had their uniform and got down there ready to go and encouraged them when there was ups and downs. I mean, a lot of times kids really need to be picked up when they go through a loss or they didn't have a great day.
And I tell you what, Tim, it's really important for the kids, too. I mean, my parents were very supportive of me when, you know, playing hot stove baseball and things like that growing up, and I know I really appreciated them being here. And I'm sure every kid out here tonight is very proud and happy to have their mothers and fathers on the sideline. Campbell at quarterback, pass over the middle, and it's complete. A complete pass for the Dolphins to Derek Browning. Derek, a big kid from North Royalton.
Merit roll, honor roll student. Hey, he plays a little hockey at his school.
I tell you what, the North Royalton Bears, the high school team, are doing themselves proud this year. They started out the season 5-0, and I think that's the first time that's happened at North Royalton in the school's history in football. Third down situation for the Dolphins. Lunter again at quarterback. And a nice defensive play, nice pressure and a tackle that time for the Raiders. And making the tackle, we're looking, is Jimmy Goodman. Jimmy in his first year of flag football coming in and making the tackle. There you see Jimmy wearing the blue hood, number 11, and catching Mark Lunter before he can go anywhere.
Jimmy Goodman from Clark Elementary School.
What's the new guys, Roy? Headache.
Now we know we're going to have all these penalties because we got the younger kids in. But hey, they deserve their time out there. Every kid's got to have an opportunity to play.
False start, number 5 of the offense, 5 yards, repeat, 4th down. Last play of the game.
Last play of the game.
Right, last play of the ball game.
6-0. The Dolphins with the lead. So unless there's an interception or a fumble return for a touchdown, and there can't be a fumble returned, the Dolphins are going to win this one. Johnny Campbell. It's kind of fitting that John end the game with a run of his own, and there it is. That's the final. John Campbell will run out into the middle of the field to celebrate with his team, and the Dolphins beat the Raiders in a good game tonight, 6-0. The Midget League Super Bowl championship goes to the Dolphins, and Tim and I will be right back right after this. There's your final. Dolphins 6, Raiders nothing, the Super Bowl championship of the Midget League. And we have a couple of very proud young men right now with Jim Nags. Jim?
Well, we're down with the McDonald's player of the game. And now we have Mark Lunter, the defensive player of the game. I'd like to present this to you. See if we can get this going here. And now the offensive player of the game for McDonald's is John Campbell. Now, Mark, I'll tell you, those sacks you had were key. Now, how important do you think was getting to the quarterback and winning the game?
Well, I don't think it was that important because all of us were playing good defense. We were stopping the run, and they didn't pass much, so we didn't really have to worry about it.
And, you know, isn't that the key, teamwork?
Yeah, we played a good team game. I don't think that it should just go to me. I think it should go to my whole team.
That's a great attitude. Congratulations. John, now that touchdown you scored, could you kind of give us a play-by-play on that?
Well, I had some open field, and I saw it, so I had some blockers up there, so I just ran it and tried to get it, and I got it.
And how's it feel to be MVP tonight?
Great.
Well, congratulations to both you guys. Now back up to the booth.
John Campbell had some open field. He certainly did, Tim. He had 25 yards of open field, and he went all the way for a touchdown. And his touchdown was the only score in this Midget League Super Bowl championship, and that gave the Dolphins a 6-0 lead, and kind of an ironic win tonight for the Dolphins, Tim.
Yeah, the ironic twist that we're talking about is, you know, normally the coach picks the teams. In this case, it was unique because on draft day we had so many kids, we were short coaches. So a couple of the new staff that never met the kids had selected the kids, and then we went out and asked Roy Story to come in and coach some kids because we needed a coach. And here he is, Super Bowl coach, victory, first year.
You know, we want to congratulate Roy Story and his Dolphins on a Midget League Super Bowl championship, and we also want to congratulate Coach Jim Burns and his Raiders on a game well played. For Tim Wells and Jim Nags, I'm Ron Yantz. Congratulations to everyone that participated tonight, and have a good night.
We hope you enjoyed today's game. Make sure you head over to our YouTube channel, TV20 Cleveland, and subscribe to get the latest videos. I'm Christian Patterson. Thanks for watching TV20 Classic Sports.